watoto wanauliwa kama hao, ataenda kutupwa kule mojari na tutampata, na wazazi wake saa hii wanahusunika hawatampata, na hiyo uchungu iko kwa wazazi wake, haiko kwa huyu baba mwenye amemua.
I only left for a few meters and looking back I saw them hugging. I was too angry to think clearly. My thinking was greatly impaired by those events that happened right before my face. Can't even tell when I decided to pick the axe. I wasn't myself. I feel bad for the family, for the victim's family. If there was anything that could be done now, we could do it.
Now here's quite a chilling report. A man from Zimmerman area in Nairobi presented himself at the Kasarani police station this morning to confess that he stabbed to death a woman in his house.
Afadhali wangekaa chini waongee na huyo msichana kuliko kumtoa hai. Huyo msichana ameacha familia yake, maybe ako na watoto amewaacha. Hiyo ni mbaya sana amefanya.
Hello guys, this is on Saturday, a very beautiful day, and we thank God. We have had such a lengthy weekend starting from Friday, yeah. Thanks to our Muslim guys who decided to give us a holiday after we have given them an Easter holiday, of course, yeah. As I was telling you, this is on Saturday, and honestly, I was planning to go out after spending the entire day alone in the house. And once I was just done preparing myself, guess what have just happened? Yeah. It started raining heavily. Oh my goodness. And it's like I'm now grounded in the house. But anyway, I've just decided that I'm going to just basically stay in the house for a while and maybe wait for the rain to subside, and then maybe later I can walk out. And as I was just seated alone in the house, I decided to do what I usually do most of the time when I'm alone in the house. I decided to go through my phone online, like on YouTube, basically looking for nothing specific. And I happened to land on this disturbing video, a very disturbing video that is circulating of this of a lady in Kitengela who apparently has been stabbed several times to death by the so-called boyfriend. And the people who witnessed the incident, they later took the law in their hands and also beat up the so-called boyfriend to almost to death, but he was lucky. He was rescued and taken to the hospital. And after watching that small clip, honestly, it really disturbed me. It really triggered me. It really hit me differently. It made me so furious. And I know most of the people who know me personally, or rather those people who maybe know some part of my story here online, can judge it and maybe say that the reason why it triggered me so hard, or the reason why it hit me so differently, is because almost the same incident happened to me. And I don't know if that's the main reason why it triggered me, but who cares? The truth to be told, like, these things are happening and something ought to be done. Honestly, something ought to be done. Like, before we even heal of an incident of someone killing their spouses, another incidents keep on happening. The incidents keep on recurring. Like, for now, we are even yet to heal of a lady who, in the same Kitengela, who was burnt to death. We are even yet to heal about that incident. We are even yet to heal of this lady who was killed by the so-called husband, together with her two children. We are even yet to heal about that incident. We are even yet to heal of the incident that happened in Zimmerman, of a guy who killed the lady who he met on the club, or on the road, or wherever he met her, who killed that lady. And later he presented him majestically in the police station, claiming that, like, accepting that he killed a lady. We are even yet to heal of such incidents. Why do these incidents keep on recurring each and every day? Like, who should we blame? Honestly, who should we blame? Should we blame our parents? Should we blame our society? Should we blame the entire generation? Like, who should we blame? Where did we lose our track? Like, where did we lose our steps? What are we doing wrong that if we rectify the whole issue, we'll have the solution to the whole issue? Because honestly, what's happening right now, it's absurd. Honestly, it's absurd. It's crazy. Like, we are even yet to heal of the incidents of this DJ. What's the name? DJ Brown Skin. We are even yet to heal of how he lost the wife. In the same thing called the so-called love triangle. Oh my goodness, who even came up with the so-called name love triangle? What's the love? We don't see any love in such incidences. The person who came up with that name should sit down and come up with another clear name that depicts the picture, the clear picture of what really happened. Because what we see is in those love triangle thing is nothing like love, like really nothing portrayed in those love triangle incidences. Because come to think of it, like for the issue, kama hiyo issue ya DJ Brownskin and the wife, like the way he was just majestically seated down, taking a video, watching the wife take poison, and definitely knew that it's something that can kill her. And I was wondering, like, where did we lose our humanity, honestly? Where did we lose our humanity? Because honestly, as for me, even if it's something, a stranger that I even don't know, and then I saw someone trying to, like, to harm themselves, even if I don't know you, honestly, I'm going to help you. Like, where did humanity go? Like, what's happening to us? What's wrong with us? What is wrong with this generation? Honestly, what should we do? I don't see any love there. As I was thinking about that story of DJ Browskill and the wife, I asked myself, was there even a single trace of love that was remaining in their union? Honestly, if I can sit down and watch my partner killing himself, that means that I desert him. Like, it's something that I can even do it myself. Like, I can't kill you. If I can't watch you kill yourself, that basically means that I can even do it myself to you. It's so painful. Like, it's really painful. And also, I was wondering what was going on in the minds of that lady when she was taking the medicine, the poison. Sorry. Like, what's happening to our society? Why is it that after we see that we can't solve the issue about our relationship, why is it so hard for us to just say, like, you know what, I can't do this anymore, let me just wash my hands and then just call it a quit? Like, why is this so hard for this generation to do that? Why do we think that each and every issue about relationship issue, like, just have to be solved by death? What's happening to us? Honestly, what's happening to us? Like, killing yourself? Do even your partner deserve your death? Like, why would you even kill yourself because of someone? And why would you even kill someone because you feel you're so angry? I don't know if you watched the clip of this guy, what's the name? Naftali Kinuthia, who was the main suspect of behind the death of Ivy, lady who was from Eldoret University. I don't know if you watched the clip where he was, or rather if you watched the news, when he was accepting, when he was accepting the fact that he killed that lady. I keenly listened to what he said. And he said that he had no intention of killing that lady. And he said that he loved that lady so much. And I believed him. Honestly, I believed him. I believed him that he loved that lady so much, because previously, if you have heard the incidents of that happened before then, like, this guy was known to love this lady so much. Alikuwa ana sponsor some of her birthdays. Like, he was spoiling this lady, meaning that he loved the lady. He loved the lady, honestly. And he also continued to say that, but he could not take it when he saw that lady hugging another man in front of him. And that's where he lose it. He didn't know what happened. The next thing he knew that he had already killed the lady in front of people. And I wonder, like, why is it so hard for us nowadays to control our anger? Why is it so hard for people to control their anger? Like, when they are so furious, the only thing they think of is killing the other partner, killing their partners. It's so bad. Honestly, it's so bad. And I think something ought to be done. I don't know what should be done, but I just feel like we all know that something ought to be done. Or rather, we are going to lose it. We are going to lose it because the issue of disagreement will always be there. As long as you're dating someone, as long as you're married to someone, the issue of disagreements will always be there, no matter who you're dating, because we are still going to date human. We're not going to date Jesus and sisters to Jesus and brothers to Jesus. We are going to date human. And as long as you're dating a human being, those things will be there, will always be there. But how are we going to carry ourselves? How are we going to carry ourselves? Are we going to kill each other each and every time I feel like I'm so angry about what you did and so I can't take it anymore. I would rather see you dead. Why can't you just tell someone, pack your things? Pack your things and leave. Why is it so hard to do that? Why is it so hard to do that? There is no jail for separation, honestly. We can't separate with you and then I go to the police station like claiming we separated and so you should be jailed. There is no jail for separation, honestly. Why is it not a solution? Why can't we solve? If I feel honestly I can no longer live with you, why is it so hard for people to pack their things and go? And for men to maybe tell the ladies to pack their things and go. Why is it so hard, honestly? Why is it so hard? Where did we lose it? What should we do? What should be done for the situation to be rectified? Because honestly, it's so bad. Honestly, it's so bad and it's so painful because right now I was just seated down and I was thinking, after the incident that happened to me, if you have not watched, you can go back to my previous video and watch it. After seeing my parents crying because of what had happened to me, and after watching that small clip of today and knowing that this girl had sisters, had brothers, had parents, most probably, I don't know. And I was wondering, like, when that guy was stabbing this lady to death, did he even have a second thought of what will be the position of their parents? Like, how will they feel? Like, will he take it the same thing happening to her, to his own sister? Like, do people have second thoughts nowadays, honestly? Or after you are just angry and furious, you just do something and then you come to realize later, like, oh my goodness, I did this and this and I don't know where my mind was. Like what Naftali Kinuthia was saying. Like, I don't know what happened. I just found myself so furious and I could not take it anymore. I could not believe that she was hugging another man in front of me. And so I decided to just slaughter her like chicken. What's happening? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry if I'm losing it, but honestly, this situation got me so bad and it got me thinking and wondering, why is it that the same people that we expect to be protecting us are the very same people, like the first suspect to our murder case? If I went missing, the first person to be cautioned is my husband. If my husband go missing, the first person to be suspected, it's me. Why is it that way, honestly? Why is it that way? I thought marriage and relationship should be something like people should be protective of their spouses. But nowadays, it's not the case. Honestly, nowadays, it's not the case. Nowadays, people even don't fear about the murderers and who those people from outside. They fear what will happen from inside, from those closed doors. And it's so bad. Honestly, it's so bad. It's so bad. And I think something ought to be done. I don't know what specific should be done, but I just know that and I feel that something ought to be done. I don't know if our parents should sit us down or something, but we don't even listen to our parents, honestly. Nowadays, it's not like kitambo whereby a lady after amekosana na bwanake anaenda sijui kwa in-laws. Oh my goodness, nowadays it's not happening, like completely. There is no, okay, maybe there is some few ladies who can wanakosana na bwanake then wanaenda kwa mother-in-law. But majority are not doing that because we don't even listen to our parents, honestly. We don't even listen to our parents. Si ile time wa kitambo ati ukikosana na mtu unamshtaki sijui kwa babake ama kwa mamake. Nowadays not the case. Nowadays it's you and you alone. If you feel like your relationship is not working, it's you to know how to deal with it. That's why people are doing some evil things, because they don't have a helping hand. They don't have a helping hand on theirs. They don't have someone they can open up to and maybe give them directions on how to deal with some issues. And it's so bad. Honestly, it's so bad. And it's so painful. It's so painful. And I think something ought to be done, honestly. Juicy, I was speaking to one of my friends. I'm sorry to use this as an example. And she's yet to be married, and she was telling me of how lovey-dovey the boyfriend is, and her boyfriend wants them to be married. And but as we were speaking, she said something that really triggered my mind, and she said that, you know what, like, my boyfriend really loves me. Like, my boyfriend really loves me, and I know it. And I'm afraid that the way he loves me, he's the type of man that cannot take no for an answer. Like, he can do something weird if I ever broke his heart. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. So nowadays, even someone loving someone so much is an issue. Like, if I find someone who loves me so much, it's something that I'm afraid of. Because I don't know what the next thing he will do when we are not in good terms, because he cannot take it. It's so funny. Honestly, it's so funny, and it's so painful and so weird at the same time. And honestly, something ought to be done. And I don't know what should be done, because we can't run to our parents, because they also have their own issues. And because we are seeing even people of old people, 50 or at age of 50, they are still killing their spouses. They are still separating. They are still fighting their wives. Like, if the dad is, if your dad is fighting, they don't have a good relationship with your mom. Like, can you even face them? Telling them that, I have this issue with my wife. Like, you can't face them. If they personally have their own issues, you can't face them. I'm lucky to be one lady who was born and raised by a very peaceful family, I thank God. Because ever in my life, I've never seen even a single day my dad raising his hand on my mommy. And I think that's what shaped me to a point whereby I could not take it I could not take it when I saw a man raising a finger on me. I think that kind of shaped it, because I was so afraid. Like, I've never seen it happening to my parents. Why should you do it to me? And nowadays, it's so funny, honestly. Nowadays, it's not like kitambo ati mulikuwa mnakosana na mse, then you just run to the mother-in-law explaining them that, your son did this and this and this to you. Because nowadays, the first thing they ask you is, wewe ulifanya nini? What did you do? What did you do to trigger my son? Like, my son can't do that unless he was triggered. Like, they are trying to make it as if, like, you deserve it. As long as you did something, you did this and this, then my son can beat you up anytime he feels like doing that, because you wronged him. Like, who gave men a notion that they can discipline wives like kids? Who gave them a notion like that? And nowadays, even us ladies, you are entertaining that, honestly. And it's so funny. We are entertaining that so much. And you see, there was a plot I was living. And kwa hiyo ploti, I remember this one day we were with my cousin in the house. And my neighbor, just as usual, I think sikuwa nimekaa sana, but nilisikia ni kawaida yake. My neighbor one night decided that he's going to beat his wife. And so tulikuwa tunasikia wife akilia, anashout, anapiga nduru. And my cousin tells me, like, we, nasikia kama neighbor yako anachapwa. And we decided to open the door and kuchungulia, because honestly, mimi, like, hatuwezi saidia, honestly. And maybe we thought pengine tukitoka nje we'll find some people there wakiwa wamegather ama wakiwasaidia. But we were surprised, not even a single house in the whole plot opened even the window to peep of what was happening. Like we opened our doors and we went outside and looked, and no one, like literally no one. And the wife was shouting, crying for help, asking for help in the house, in the locked house, and no even a single person who came. And but I later understood why they did that, because the same day in the morning, we saw the wife who was cleaning her clothes outside, and the husband was there, seated on a stool, wakikula masori, and they were in good terms. And I just asked myself, like, so is this the same thing that, so is that's the reason why people don't even come to the rescue, because they are already, they are used to that, like they are used to that. It's like something normal. Even if you just got beaten up in your house, like no one will even come for your rescue, because they are used to that. One day you get killed in that house, and what people will say, like, tunasikianga akichapwa. And it's so bad. Honestly, it's so bad. I don't know why people are normalizing evil things, risky things, and they are normalizing as if they're just okay. I'm sorry that it's like I've lost it. It's like I've got carried away by the situation, but honestly, it's so painful, and I feel like something ought to be done. Sababu si poa, honestly. Juzi, was it on Sunday? Was it on Sunday or previous Sunday? On Sunday. It was on Sunday. On Sunday, we were in church, and there is this session each and every time Pastor akimaliza preach. When the pastor is done preaching, he usually ask for people, if you have a need that you want to be prayed for, please come forward, and then I pray for you. Like, it's something that keeps on, like anafanyanga every Sunday after he's done preaching. And most of the time akisema hivyo, no one comes. Saa zingine wanakuja watu wawili, the maximum time wanakujanga ni watatu. And on Sunday, last Sunday, our pastor decided to do something different. And this time round, he said that if you are, I remember categorically what he said. He said that if you are among our midst and you are almost giving up on your marriage, and you are feeling that you can't take it anymore, and you're feeling that you would want God to intervene because it's overburdening you, please come forward and I pray for you. And guess what, guys? Like almost the entire church walitoka hapo mbele. On normal Sundays, akisema mtu akuja hapa hivi mbele mwenye anataka kuombewa, wanatokanga maximum watu watatu, wawili, mmoja. Some Sundays hakuna. But the previous Sunday, when he specified that if you have an issue with your marriage and you are feeling that you are almost like you have already given up, please come forward and I pray for you. Like almost the entire church went at the front, and it got me. Honestly, it got me. And I felt so bad. I wondered, like, I thought those people who are in church, like, they have everything under control. Like, what's happening? I thought those people who are crying because of marriages, because of such incidences, are watu wa huku nje, watu wa club, and like those people who are not church goers. But it's not the case. Apparently, more than 80% of people are just, like, irrespective of whether they are church goer or rather they are watu wa huku nje, they are complaining. They have issues in their relationship, and it's so absurd. It's so funny. Like, I remember this incident when during Corona time. There were so many reported incidences of people killing each other, like spouses killing each other. And after some analysis, it was found that the reason why there were so many incidents happening during that time is because people were going through so much, and people were living together and people were just home, and they were not going to job, and so most of the time they were spending together. And that's the reason why they had commotions, because they are living together. Most of the time they are together. And I asked myself, like, does it mean that for us to live peacefully, we should marry and then live separately? Or rather, does it mean that for us to live peacefully, like, we have to marry, like, we can, for us to live peacefully, unless we marry and then we just be meeting at night, like unaenda morning na mimi naenda morning, and then we just meet after usiku, and then the same thing happens because when we live together we are fond of killing each other, and to me it all honestly does not make any sense. It does not make any sense. I think something's wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere, and something needs to be done, and something needs to be rectified, because you cannot tell me that the person that I married because I loved so much, as long as we are living together for long hours, like, tutauana. Yes, it is true, like kuna chances tutakosana sana because we are together, but it does not mean that now because we are living together we are most probably for long hours, we are like, there is higher chances of us killing each other. Honestly, that's not normal. And something else to be done. And I'm lucky to have gone through a therapy. After what happened to me, I'm lucky that I went through a therapy session, and honestly, it really helped. And after I was thinking of what should be done, because honestly, our parents can't help us. Our friends can't help us, because our friends are facing the very same thing, or rather, some of our friends are facing even the worst thing more than others are facing. And I felt like therapy session should be made mandatory. Like, as long as you're dating someone, as long as you're married to someone, I think Sorina therapy session should be made mandatory, so that if you're dating someone, mnaanza immediately, ukishaanza kudate mtu unaanza therapy mkuwa na yeye so that you can know how to treat yourself, like to treat each other, so that you can know how to control your anger. You can be taught on how to control your anger, so that you can be taught on what to expect, because sometimes some people get married to some people expecting that they're marrying Jesus, and so when something wrong happens, a very tiny thing, they just feel like the hell has just broken up. I think people should be going for therapy session, like to make therapy session something regular, like to be attending therapy session so like regularly, because it's like the situation is so worse, honestly. And it's high time, like, people rise and realize that it's getting way too difficult, and it's getting out of ways, and they need to do something, and that something should be done, like, so immediately. Otherwise, if nothing is going to be done, we are still continuing to blame each other. Women will continue blaming men will continue blaming women, mother-in-laws will continue blaming the ladies that their sons married to, and the other side of the mother-in-laws will complain about the son their daughters were married to. And until when we really realize that this is a big problem, and it's not a problem that is based on one person, like, we are going to expect so many deaths. Like, we are not yet done with deaths. You should expect so many deaths, unless we stand up and decide that is enough is enough, and it's high time we change the situation. Otherwise, guys, that's all about for today. Please continue subscribing, continue liking, continue commenting, and until next time, guys, bye bye, peace out.